Hey guys, so you're watching this video in this area right here, right now, but let's go ahead and do the bell ringer and then I'll get you guys started on the project. So the bell ringer asks, what are three things in plant cells or that plant cells have that animals don't? So if we pull up this foldable that we finished on yesterday, one of the big things that a plant cell has that an animal cell doesn't have is that very large central vacuole that stores all that water and food. So it'd be number 3 here, a vacuole. So that big structure right there. So that's one of them. The other thing that plant cells have that animal cells don't are these green chloroplasts. So number 11. Okay, plant cells undergo photosynthesis. That's how they make their own food right here in these chloroplasts, and it makes them green. So animal cells don't have those. Another thing that they have that animals don't is this rigid outer layer, number 9. Both plants and animal cells have a cell membrane, but even outside of the cell membrane, a plant cell has a cell wall. So we got vacuole, chloroplasts, and a cell wall. So those are the three things. Our bell ringer is done. On Google Classroom, I'm just going to show you guys the draft. Now it's posted by the time you watch it. But here is the announcement. So it says, do the bell ringer, which we've already done that together. You're going to have 3 attachments today on the assignment. So the first thing is the project directions and the brainstorming sheet. That's going to be one attachment. And then it's going to have 2 Google Drawing attachments, a plant cell and an animal cell. And you guys pick which one you want to do today. So one of those attachments, you won't be turning anything in because you're going to either choose animal or plant. So let's go ahead and start our brainstorming sheet. We got to turn that in. So it's all here on the directions that I showed you guys yesterday. And the brainstorming sheet, if you're doing a plant cell, you have to fill in this. If you choose to do animal cell, you are filling in this. So half of this isn't going to be done, and that's okay, depending on which cell you choose to work on. So let's say I choose plant cell. All these 12 organelles are going to go in this column. And then this is where you put all your brainstorming ideas of the analogies that you guys want to make. So let's say the first thing I do is a vacuole. So you don't have to go in order here, but you can. So vacuole, I'm just going to touch on that first. So a vacuole's function in the cell is to store, and again, I can get all this from here, to store water, food, and wastes. So this is where your theme comes into play. So what in your world are you saying is like a vacuole? And I'm going to choose to still use my Cell City example. So if you guys can remember from yesterday, what was the vacuole? It was the landfill in the city. So the object's function, well, landfill is used to store wastes and unwanted materials in the city. So a landfill stores wastes like a vacuole stores water, food, and wastes in the cell. So you're going to fill in your chart exactly like how we did the Cell City chart yesterday, just with your ideas and your theme. So fill that out before you start working on your Google Drawing. So you're going to definitely want to zoom in a little bit. So I'm going to go into 100. All right. Well, there's my vacuole right there. Guys, go ahead and double click on these lines. Once you start typing, it'll get rid of it for you. So the everyday object was a landfill. So a landfill is like a vacuole because a landfill stores wastes and unwanted materials in a city, like a vacuole stores water, wastes, and food in the cell. Now let's clean this up a little bit more and get rid of those parentheses. So landfill is like a vacuole because a landfill stores wastes and unwanted materials in a city, like a vacuole stores water, waste, and food in the cell. There's my rationale. That's my analogy. And that sentence structure is on your directions as well. So each analogy is going to have that same setup, okay? And now I'm just going to open a tab and I'm going to Google image search landfills. And I'm just going to copy. And when you paste, it's always going to go center. And I'm just going to put it right there. And let me zoom out. Let me zoom to fit. So you're going to have, if you're choosing to do a plant cell, you're going to have your 12 analogies with your 12 pictures. Okay. Now you don't need to put a picture of a vacuole because that's what's right here. And you can change your lines to make them closer. If you want to change your font, you sure can on these analogy sentences. So say I want to make it a little bigger, maybe a font that I like. Cool. You can change it around however you want. It's yours. Let me make that, yeah, like that. All right, but it also has us change our background. So you always want to right click and go to background and create a background that isn't too dark. So I still need to be able to see everything. And let's make a title that maybe has to do with my theme. And my theme is Plant Cell City. And maybe put your name. So a catchy title, change your background, put your name, make sure your title has to do with your theme. And then you're going to have all your pictures and all your sentences, as well as your filled in brainstorming sheet. So you're going to turn in the brainstorming sheet, which is attached to the directions, as well as your finished poster, your digital poster. Okay? So have fun, get creative. If you want to put some extra pictures in there, you can, that have to do with your theme. You can change the size, the fonts, the colors, whatever you guys want to do to make it more like you and what you want it to be. So get creative, but for now, work on that first, the brainstorm. All right. Miss Potts is walking around. If you need anything, let her know. She has my number as well. And I can see y'all screens from where I'm at. So please stay focused. Keep your tabs on what they're supposed to be. And yeah, we'll touch base tomorrow. So there'll be a new video tomorrow to explain what you're going to be doing. So be good. See y'all later.